I'll message me.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
What the fuck is this?
I started off from the first point.
It even fucking has my music? What the fuck?
Yeah, so on the sound bar in the bottom right, it's right next to what you just used. Yeah, no, thread that. The thing to the right of it is the sound. Yeah, that's the sound.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have a look. Do you want me to like kind of explain my thought process here? We had a really good level 1, so I was like, we should just group up and fight. So we do that. I don't even have to blow summoners here. I'm good to go.
Mm-hmm.
We get a kill.
You definitely should have waited for your team though.
Nah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you guys got a kill, which is good. But had your team all been there, you get multiple kills because you had like a 4-man flay, but Malphite wasn't in range of damage, and Ezreal like just barely got in range to start doing damage.
There's only 3. I mean, I guess so, but
I mean that's a big
there
difference.
was like
though, right?
no way. There's no way I could predict. Why I said no. There's no way that I could predict that they're gonna like come there. I mean, I guess I could sit in the bush, but you really need to have leverage to get there because like if I just come out of the bush and wait for my team and then there's someone standing right there, they just run away. Whereas if I don't know if you can see my mouse, probably not, huh? Oh yeah, you can. I'm screen sharing.
Yeah.
Whereas if I stand right here, then
Well,
I can
you can go
we
back
can
to
get
when
the
you guys
angle
just
on
ran out of base. No one ran the same way, so you wouldn't want to show because you saw them before.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not assuming that they're also gonna invade. So, here.
Yeah, right. So here you're not all in the same place. What you should do is you should just wait in that
Right.
first bush.
So
for you
I'm
guys
just
all
trying to
group
go.
up.
I'm trying to go to right here, but they also come at the same time, and I wasn't looking at my screen to see that they were coming.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
That
I think
part,
it's
yeah.
better to just run here than to just wait.
It's better to run to that bush that you walked past to the left of the blue buff, like right above Pixel. That's
Why?
the best bush because there you can sit there, and if you have 4 people sitting in that bush, right, or 3, and then your team gets there so they can all do damage at the same time, and then you flay 4 people into your team, that's a much better, if not the exact same outcome, because they're not going to be expecting it, compared to you flay 4 people, but Malphite isn't in range of damage, and Ezreal can only Q, he can't auto attack right away.
I agree that in this game it would have been better, but what I'm saying is like if they didn't invade, it's much worse than to just stand right here.
How so? Because either way, you have to wait for the team to group up.
Yeah. So if I sit there and wait, and they're doing like a standard 5-man spread, if the dude's sitting in the bush because he's a fucking gold player, then I can flay him. Whereas if he's standing over here, I can't flay him. But if I'm coming right here and he's standing right here, he has, I don't know if you can see, he has like 5 seconds of reaction time, so there's no way we're going to get anything, and we just get vision, which isn't a bad thing, but like I feel like I don't lose anything by going there, if you know what I mean.
I would agree, except for the fact that you started Flay before you even saw an opposing player. If you're talking about Hook, then I agree, going straight there is fine. But starting Flay means if they see you and they start running, assuming they're not complete fucking monkeys, which is how I'm going to assume because you can't learn by learning how to play against only monkeys.
Right.
Then it's better to start Flay, or better to start nothing until you see someone, because then you see someone, if they don't move, all right, you start Flay, he's dead. If they start moving, you start Hook, and you throw a hook, and if it hits, they die. The same result, whether or not you go to that bush or if you go straight there. But if it doesn't if it doesn't hit, they either flash to get away, or it just misses, and it's the same result as if they just ran away right away from Flay.
I feel you. So, I mean, my basic recap of the laning phase is that I got counterpicked, and then because I first picked Thresh, and then we just were playing behind the lane all game, so I just like threw a bunch of Hail Marys. There was a time that I flayed Ashe, and it was like a 50-50 on whether you should go left or right, and I missed, but I guess we'll see that.
You should be autoing those minions with Ezreal. You need to help him get to level 2 as fast as you can. Whenever I mean,
Ashe is already level 2 though, so I thought it would be better to get a soft freeze right here.
I'd agree, except for the fact that this is an elo where people don't know how to freeze.
Okay.
if this is diamond that we're talking about, then yeah, soft freezing is better. But this is gold, where I don't even know if he knows what a freeze is.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was the 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like begging Ezreal to come up here because we win, but he doesn't, so I just leave.
Yeah. The way. Yeah. Okay, that sucks. He didn't come, but I also think you should have recognized he wasn't going to come sooner and just backed off. But the way to prevent that hook from, or that scenario where you have to guess, is
Yeah.
flay and then pause for a second and auto attack, and he'll do his dodge either way. He's gonna assume your play no matter what. So then after he
Right.
dodges, that's when you can do the hook.
Yeah, I guess I was like worried about Brahmi, but he's gonna E regardless, so
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
wanna watch
they're
that
gonna
again.
play the same, assuming it no matter what. So right, so
Yeah.
this was good of you to walk up because he just hit level 2 and Brown's level 1. That's perfect. That's a good flay. Now auto right here, and then you see she's gonna walk down no matter what.
Right. I feel like I would have hit Braum, but that's still better than hitting nothing.
Exactly. And either
Yeah.
way, you had her exhausted. So if you're planning on the hook hitting, exhausting was the wrong play. If you're planning on the hook missing, exhausting was the right play. Because exhausting a target that's stunned doesn't make sense because they don't take more damage anymore.
Yeah, I should have held exhaust. I just knew that she didn't have flash and it was free if Ezreal came, but he didn't, so
Yeah,
I
no,
just got a little bit greedy.
yeah, I definitely think that it was the right play since you guys had more minions. I just think the way you played it was incorrect. You should have held the
Yeah.
hook or you should have held exhaust.
Right.
You should
So I have
just
no
mute
fucking
your
idea
team.
where Warwick is at this point. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be topside, but I'm just warding just in case, and that's all I'm worried about right now is just trying to either get a freeze or shove in a turret.
If you're gonna freeze, you should probably tell him to freeze or at least ask him to. And if you're gonna push, you should help him auto.
Yeah. I
Um,
didn't do any of that here,
yep.
so
And if you're worried about Warwick, you should ward Tribush because that's gonna give you more time to react rather than that ward. He comes around the corner and you guys are kind of fucked. You know what I mean?
yeah, I was just kind of like standing back just in case he did.
Mm-hmm. So don't be afraid to abuse your flay passive here. I like you guys lost last trade. Don't have any health pots, but you getting pressure since you have Relic's shield on Ashe with flay autos is a lot better than playing further back. And you should just mute your team at this point because him being toxic won't help anyone.
Yeah, I did mute him. I was thinking about that, but I remembered like what you were saying because I was thinking how that was going to be the right play in the game, but I was just thinking about what you said, like when you have someone who doesn't want to like go up, then you should just kind of react accordingly. So I'm just letting him farm basically.
Well, I agree. You shouldn't go in if he doesn't want to play up, but I meant it more in the sense of you don't have to go in, right? So like hitting a flay auto and then maybe flaying them away from Ezreal, it doesn't force a fight and it just free damage. And if he doesn't want to play up, that's fine. You can pressure yourself. But flaying him into Ezreal when Ezreal refuses to play up, that would be the totally incorrect play.
Okay.
Ooh, that was a good try.
Yeah.
She's dodged the opposite direction of Ezreal every time. Whenever he's on the top side of you, she dodges down. Whenever he's on the bottom side of you, she dodges up. I wonder if that's going to continue.
Yeah, I've been throwing like a lot of max range hooks. Like that would be a good example.
So I actually want to show you something. So go back a little bit to that hook that was missed. I want to see where your placement was again.
I don't know if this is where it was. We'll see.
I think it's about to come up right here. Yeah.
She's actually really good, I thought. Like she was dodging fucking left and right this game.
Yeah, she was reacting based off of your animation and not
pretty...
the actual hook, so that was really good.
It was pretty telegraphed that I was gonna hook there, but doesn't mean I shouldn't go for it.
Yeah. That was good. You should auto and then flay again. Because after your hook ends, you get the first auto before anything else.
Okay. Even though I did flay her there, just always hold.
Pretty much always hold hook, auto flay.
Okay.
Unless it's
Okay.
something where like they have flash, and she's 100% dead unless you don't flay. Um, if it's like a skirmish, then you should absolutely auto and then flay.
Okay.
Oh, Warwick's got to be here.
I have to flash, yeah.
Yep. Ooh, you should just lantern. Oh, he's okay actually.
That was a really bad hook.
Yeah. So I think
he's gonna say I really wanted to back right there, so he's gonna say so I backed or stayed too. Sorry.
well, you guys have a big wave, but you need to be or he needs to not be pushing, and you should not go for that hook. When
Yeah, I
you're
don't know.
when you're low on HP and low on mana, holding the hook and threatening just the fact that you have it is a lot stronger than actually hitting a hook.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was doing there because we wouldn't have gotten anything even if I did hook.
Yeah.
All right, so I see that Warwick's coming, so I'm just like trying to play real back right here.
Yeah, you should maybe even
He's
be a
probably
bit
going
further
for
back
blue
than that.
though, so I know that he's probably not gonna dive us, but you never know.
I think
He's
a good
fucking
player
evil.
would just dive you guys right now. Because
He
you're
would
really
get
low
fucked
with
up.
no mana, and he has no mana at all.
I feel like they'd lose. Well, yeah, I guess he doesn't have mana. I don't know. It would be. He does have ult.
You should help him push. You should help him push.
Yeah, for sure. I was just more so thinking about like dragon and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I do help him here. I should have flayed that. I don't know.
Yeah, you should be flaying and autoing and hooking minions. Whenever you guys have to push, that's a two-man job. A lot of supports think it's just ADC, but that's a lot of damage that you miss if you don't flay and auto and stuff.
Right. Yeah, I was just like focusing on dragon, thinking about win conditions.
Oh, you took the in debt system. What's your where'd you go? Aftershock. Okay, I like Aftershock.
Yeah, and then I go Cosmic Insight and Futures Market. I usually I was doing the biscuit thing, but LS said Futures Market's always way better than the biscuit thing.
I like Futures Market a lot, but one thing you can do on Thresh that you can't well, you can do on other supports, but I like it better on Thresh, is going the slightly magical boots and then just getting Moby boots as soon as that 10-minute timer, or whatever, 5 minutes, something like that, whenever that timer gets up. I think that's really, really strong thing you can do on Thresh.
I do roam a lot, so I'll have to try that. I don't think it would have worked this game because you don't have any lane priority, but I think in general, I need to try that.
Well, I think it'd work this game just because of the mid lane matchup, right? It's a Diana. She can't really go away, or she can't run away unless she flashes. So if you simply get her onto a fight with Vel'Koz, you know where she's going to be, on top of Vel'Koz.
Right.
So you just have to hook her off and then flay her off.
Right, it's just we won't have any bottom lane priority based on matchup.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're not going to have it either way, though.
I think if we have a winning matchup, that's like a good time to take slightly magical boots.
Well, I'm saying either way with this lane matchup, right? With
Right.
this exact
That's what
matchup.
I'm saying. Yeah.
So I don't see a point to try and fight with it. Fight for the priority with Futures Market if you're not going to have it either way.
No, like Futures Market does nothing for lane priority. I'm just saying that like slightly magical boots, that instance works with lane priority so that I can get roams off. Whereas if I take Futures Market, it helps the whole game with like fucking whatever the fucking words are.
Pink words?
The pink words, yeah.
Okay.
And shit, like it's nothing for the lane itself. I guess it helps us sustain, but
Yeah, no, okay. I see that, yeah. Also, you should body block those brown cues. Because Ezreal's not good enough. I doubt he even bought health pots, so you should body block those for him.
yeah, I think I've just given up on lane at this point, which is bad to do mentally. But yeah, I should be standing in front of him.
Yeah.
So I know that we're like getting fucked, like the team is. So I'm just trying to think of like what I can do in the game, and I'm not sure right now because I don't have lane priority and I can't roam mid and get roams off. I can try to go for vision, but that's when they back.
Yeah, well, at some point you kind of have to say like fuck lane priority if this Ashe is constantly pushing, which is all she does. Is
Yeah, well,
constantly
that's what I
push,
did.
and you give up on this Ezreal, then at some point you just need to be like, all right, well once we kill this minion wave, I'm just gonna go roam to mid lane, and this Ezreal is gonna have to get over himself because if Vel'Koz's getting fed, pressing R one time can win the game.
You think so? Even though like they can dive him?
Yeah, I think so because you can peel him off, and I'm going with the assumption that you're a decent player. I'm not saying that in a mean way, but just for any decent player, a thresh can peel off almost all enemies. Like there's not many people he can't.
No. I'm saying if I leave lane, Braum can dive him.
Yeah,
Braum and Ashe.
absolutely. They can. They probably will. But if you give up on Israel, if you already have given up on him and you don't even want to try and make any plays because of that, there's no point in staying in lane either way.
Yeah, I would stay in lane in most scenarios. It's just that like when I'm counterpicked, not really much I can do.
Yeah, and so that's part of the point I'm trying to make. Where if you already gave up on him and you already think that you can't do anything with him, you might as well try and do something mid, or with your jungler even, which is so dumb to have a Malphite jungle, but
I think this was a really good play, but I didn't notice that Malphite didn't have ult, so it was a bad play just because he didn't have ult. And then fucking Israel dies here because I tried to force a play. And then Ashe
here,
flashed, yeah.
rewind it to when you gave him the lantern, which is kind of
Yeah, I'll start right here. Yeah, so like I noticed that they're under the turret, and I'm like, all right, yeah, this is free. And then I didn't even look at fucking Malphite ult. It was so bronze of me.
Yeah.
I missed the hook or the flay on Braum. Ashe flashed my hook.
Just go for the closest target, and next time don't flash until he already takes the lantern. Because that flash you made wasn't needed. You could have kept walking because it would have gotten you about the same distance. And then when he takes it, you can flash and he'll be that much closer.
Okay.
But
yeah, that was just really unfortunate.
Yeah. Next time, I know it's good to go for ADC, but there you should have gone for Braum, I think, just because he was closer. It's more important not to waste your team's time investment rather than to try and kill the target. So Braum's already lower HP. You go for this, and Braum's right there.
Yeah, I should have just hooked. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or another thing you could have done.
Well, no, I think my thought process here. Here, I need to go back.
Fuck. Well, yeah, it's coming up here.
I think my thought process here was hook Ashe because she was about the same distance away from Braum, but she flashed. So.
Yeah, and I see that too right here. So that sucks.
Yeah.
One thing you can do next time that I think is a bit better is if you're gonna lantern someone in, if you can get that close, like where you were there, flash when they take the lantern, and then just ulti right away, so that way they're slowed, and then that allows you to flay and ult or whatever.
I don't think I would have been in range. So you're saying just keep walking up and then flash?
Mm-hmm. Keep walking up with that lantern out there because right, like they don't know that someone's there. You threw a lantern, yes, and that pretty much gives it away, but they don't necessarily know it. But once you flash, it's kind of like, all right, they're going absolutely aggressive. This guy's not just being like a sneaky son of a bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of assuming against decent players again. But at the same time, you just straight up walking forward is going to cover more ground than. I mean, it doesn't cover more ground than flashing, but it's like. God, how the fuck do I say this? They're not. That Ashe's going to be less likely to flash away if she has to do it based off reaction rather than you flashing before the Malphite even gets there, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to find a way for it to make sense. That's like the only way I can think of. It's just based
I
on
agree.
Ashe. Yeah.
I was just thinking about the play. I was just thinking that we shouldn't have even, after Ashe flash hook, I shouldn't have even fucking kept walking up, but I can't control my teammates. I think I did because Malphite was, and was like, oh, he's gonna have ult soon, maybe he wants to do something.
We should go top lane, kill that guy.
Yeah, I should have immediately. I go start right now, and then I see that he leaves, so I just walk back to mid.
Yeah, that sucks.
That was really delayed.
Yeah.
So then I come back, and then I see that he's there again, so I go back.
There's Warwick. Your ult's up soon-ish. Nice. That was a good hook. You should just start
I'm really
spam pinging
surprised
from
that
mid.
fucking Diana just tootled out of mid.
Yeah.
Just like toodles.
You guys should just go for Rift. I mean, you can't really like control your team. You should just like start spam pinging Rift and say go for it.
I was thinking that it wasn't safe since Yasuo is a fucking beast right now.
Yeah, he is, but
I
he
guess
can't.
now
He
if I
can't
ask one,
5v1. That's
I think
unfortunate.
it would have been a 4v4 because Jax went bot.
Well, like right away when you guys killed Warwick, if you immediately went for Rift, it was a 5v1. Because Braum was still, or Diana just showed a mid lane. Braum, we have no idea where he was, so I guess 5v2 would have been like the best outcome because Ashe was bot. Or would have been the worst outcome was 5v2.
It would have been 4v2 because someone had to go to bot, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Well, someone didn't even necessarily have to go to bot, right? Because if you guys get Rift and then you give up bot tower, that's okay, as long as you guys use the Rift mid to get a tower for it in trade. You know what I mean?
I don't know how much I agree with that, but I see your thought process.
Okay. Why don't you agree with it?
I think a tier 2 for a tier 1 turret, that's like theoretically what we're going to get because we're losing on the map, so we won't be able to make another play. I don't think that's good because I think that like when we're turtling, because we have a better late game team comp, you want to hold as much of your tier 2 turrets and your tier 3 turrets as possible. So I think like getting that trade doesn't really do anything when your mindset's going to be turtling anyway.
Okay, the premise of tier 2 for tier 3 not worth it. I agree. What you're saying with turtling and not wanting to give up stuff is correct, but at the same time, when you're behind, trading even gold for even gold, like a tier 2 gold wise, is not worth more than a tier 3 gold wise. For pressure, it is, but not for gold. And when that's what you're behind gold right now. That trade is worth it because then not only that, you get that tower. Maybe someone tries to defend mid, you kill that person, right? Because Ashe was still bot lane, and if she backs, that's another, like, I'm gonna say 10 seconds at the fastest. Because she'd probably back in a little bit before you start pushing mid, finish the back, and then have to walk down mid. So getting the Rift, plus also maybe getting a kill with it, even if it's just tower for tower, is worth it when you're behind, because that's an even gold trade. That keeps the game at a steady pace. But the problem is when people are behind even like 1,000 gold, and that one person presses a gold lead, or pushes, that's when it gets bad, because then it's no longer 1,000 gold deficit, now it's 2,000. And then it's 2.5, and then it's 3.5. And that's how games get out of control.
Yeah, I'm seeing what you're saying. I'm just saying that like I think sending a behind top laner Jax bottom for like experience and gold and doing 4 on Rift is better than doing 5 on Rift and trading the turret. Like I'm saying that there's not an overwhelming reason to.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, I can absolutely agree with that, but I'm saying, like, if that's a call, that's a call. But when it comes to going for Rift, I think that was something that like needed to happen, even if it was a 4v4.
No, I agree. We both agree on that we needed to go to the Rift part. I thought we were arguing whether Jack should be bottom or not, and the 4 of us do it.
Oh no, I thought you were arguing doing the Rift.
No.
Gotcha.
I was arguing sending Jack's bottom and instead of 5 man on Rift, 4.
Gotcha.
I don't even remember what happened here. Let me go back.
Let's start off with the pick. Ezreal looked extremely low.
Okay, so we killed Diana. Ezreal's low, so I'm like, okay, we can fight. Ashe fucking dodged again. A little bitch. Should have warded earlier. She's like flashing and dodging everything, dude.
Mm-hmm. She's a decent player.
She's a little slut. Oh, and then we lose here.
Yep.
I should have just left. I was just like, I gotta help the team.
Yeah, I think just walking away and giving a lantern instead of that flay would have been better.
Yeah, I was just like autoing. I don't know. It's like maybe they can kill him.
No, he's tanky.
Jax is the one that's pinging assistance on that tower. What a fucking moron. I don't even know why the fuck Jax is top lane right now.
He just trying to get solo XP, and in theory, it's not a bad call. But just with the fact that you guys are fighting, it's terrible for him, and it's also terrible of you guys to be fighting that situation because he's top. Him getting free gold and experience is great, but it needs to be some patience on both sides as for how you get it.
He should have left as soon as we started fighting mid, because I think the fight was a good one.
I definitely agree it was a good fight, if he was there, but because he wasn't, it's questionable. And while I still think it was good to take it, I think chasing. How do I say?
Yeah, the overcommit.
I think killing Diana was good. And I think you guys could have left it at that. You guys kind of really forced it onto Ashe and Braum, and that's where it went sour because the Jax wasn't there and Ashe is ahead and Warwick's ahead.
I agree with that.
Oh, that sucks. That was a good hook, though. Stopped him out of his ulti. Ezreal can't do anything. He's on the wrong side of the wall. Ezreal is going to die. Oh, never mind. Still alive. The hook. Let's get hook. Flame away. Okay.
Where the fuck is Ezreal going, man? Jax is already fucking bottom.
I guess he just really wants to catch someone, but I guess like at that point you just start putting him away because he's just going full retard. And to some extent, you have to go help him. You can't just let him die alone.
That's what I.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just like kind of chilling over here for lanterns because this is a really fucking retarded idea.
I like the fact that you're not fully committing, but I think if you were up there more, maybe you catch that Braum before he baits your team into Diana. But at the same point, maybe you don't, and you all just die the same result. So it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I think the whole premise of just blindly walking into the fucking river is really dumb.
Yeah, no, absolutely, it is retarded. But at the same point, if you're there and a hook hits before Diana can catch your team off guard, that does make a big difference.
Yeah, so maybe just commit to the dumb shit anyway.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was trying to tell you before, where 5 people acting like complete morons is usually going to work better than 1 smart person and 4 dumb individuals.
Yeah.
That's good chain CC. That was really good.
Ooh, I thought it was funny that they were blaming me for not putting a ward, but they were like already dead at that point. I just said my B just to fucking so they don't tilt.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what the fuck? You guys are retards.
I mean, that is something you can do where when you're chasing him down, if you were with the team and you were worried about like how dumb it was, you could put the ward there and then you would have seen her. But since you weren't there,
I think they were talking about this bush, like when she killed Ezreal and went out of vision.
Oh, well,
I should have put the ward there, but that wasn't my train of thought. I was like, you guys are all dead anyway, and then we're not killing Diana. I mean, we did kill Diana, but we're not winning the fight, so we need to leave.
Yeah.
Like a ward there, like they would have just been able to watch her kill Ezreal. I don't know.
Yeah. No, there wasn't too much. So a lot of what I'm seeing is, I mean, it's pretty fixable stuff, right? Where if you really don't want to trust your ADCs, and you really, it seems like you want to roam, but you don't really know the timings when you can trust your ADC. Play things like brand support, because right now brand support is really strong actually, which is funny.
Yeah,
'Cause I fucking hate
I
that
was playing
champion.
it.
Yeah.
I hate playing brand support too, but I was playing it the other day.
Yeah, and if that's the point you're just at right now as a player, where you don't feel like you can trust any ADCs, if that's what you have to do to get Taito, just play the brand support, man. Fuck it.
It's like 7 out of 10 ADCs. Like if I get an ADC that like understands lane macro and freezing lane and pressuring lane, and I could have done a better job with that this game too, but just like the basics, I guess. I hard
Mhm.
carry every fucking game, but it's shit like this when I'm not fully blaming Ezreal because we were in a countered lane, but like theoretically speaking, like games like this where the Ezreal just doesn't do fucking anything and just stays behind for no reason, I'm trying to like make plays, then that's
Yeah.
what I run into. And that's what happened with the Soraka game.
Well, there was also times though where like you could help push level 2 faster,
Yeah.
and maybe that helps, or one or two more hooks hit, or a flay hits. Granted, I do think this Ashe is a Smurf and she's not gold,
She's
but
really good. Yeah.
she's playing like a low diamond player right now. The way she's reacting to things, I definitely think that she doesn't punish as well as she could, but she reacts really well.
Yeah, I feel like I could have beat her with a better ADC, but like to beat someone that's like really on point with their dodging and shit is I have to like be closer to them and not be really far behind. If
Yeah,
that makes
and
sense.
it does. It's kind of like a weird thing. I don't know. I guess it for me the biggest things I saw are if you're gonna give up on your ADC, just roam or play like Brand or something like that and just carry them.
Yeah,
If
and
you're gonna play something like Ash, the fuck, Thresh or Blitzcrank, where you can pressure, you just have to really understand when you can pressure and when to hold a hook, right? Because there's a few times where you went for a really obvious hook and they just knew it and backed off.
yeah,
So it's better to go for that really obvious hook and then just like stand there and just kind of laugh at them.
yeah, I agree with that. And then shoving lane too. I don't know. I think the level 2 was like, how the fuck do I turn screen share off?
Yeah, that button.
I think the level 2 was like wrong since Ash is already level 2, but I see your point, and they don't understand the concepts of lane macro anyway, probably. So it's better to just
Yeah. Uh,
yeah.
Also, as one of my friends just pointed out, Braum also has a bigger hitbox than Ash, so it makes him a lot easier to hit with that hook than Ash is. And it's okay to hook him as long as he actually takes the damage, so it doesn't matter.
There wasn't a lot of opportunities to just like cook Braum though, because Ash would have gotten a lot of return damage. Like
Yeah.
that one fight at level 2, that was our opportunity to win game, and Ezreal just kind of blew it by not coming up, and I was just like begging him. I was like, please, this is free.
Well, it wasn't the only opportunity, right? Like it was definitely the first one and a really big one. I agree with that, and I think if it was played differently, sure, but at the same time, you kind of have to understand that Ezreal is a poke champion by nature, and that's how low elo players are going to view him. They're not going to see him as someone who can go extremely aggressive and still be safe because of his kit. So that's where using things like the Flay passive to help him poke is really important. Because if Ash was half HP when that fight starts, then she has to burn both summoners to live. Otherwise, she's just dead.
I see. Yeah.
Also, another thing to think about that I fucking hate when my supports do it, but you could think about taking Ignite. If you really think it comes down to trusting your ADC, put more of the damage in your hands with Ignite and just make it a bit easier.
That's a good point. Yeah, I took exhaust this game because of Yasuo, but
Mm-hmm. And
I usually
that's
take
good.
Ignite against like a Nami or a Janna or like supports that I can just fuck up.
Yeah, and you're not wrong to do that, but I think in a lot of games, if you really don't want to trust your ADC with all the damage, take an Ignite, and if you learn to time Ignite correctly, it also negates all their heal basically, like 50% of it, which is huge in a fight. Um, so that's really important. And then I think it was
Okay.
Bill, you have to face the mountain. That's okay. I don't think you should finish the other sightstone thing. I think you should just leave it as a normal sightstone
Hmm.
and just go for like a locket sooner or Mobies.
I think I saw something on a video somewhere that HP is better than resistances on support early.
I agree with that, but getting that
That's all that I
locket
know
shield,
though. Like I don't know why.
getting that locket shield is a lot better. And well, the reason is
Against
because
Diana,
early
yeah.
game, so basically all resistances does is just negate some damage, right? But then like if you have a thorn mail, old thorn mail, 100 armor. If you're playing Rammus, you have a thorn mail only. Compared to like Warmogs, you're gonna die a lot faster with just the thorn mail because you don't have any health to support that. You take less damage, but you don't have more health. Whereas you naturally gain resistances as you level up, so it's better.
I feel yeah. Okay. All right. So TLDR is pay more attention to whether the lane's shoving or not, and auto creeps and help shove, and um, thresh specifically hold hook, like, or not hold hook. Well, do hold hook, but hook auto and then flay, not hook flay, and then I feel like my mid game was fine. It was mostly just lane shit, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's parts to fix everywhere, but in lane, especially if it was like, didn't matter the order, flay, auto, hook, or hook, auto, flay. One of them maximizes damage, which is the hook first, because then you just get more time or more autos off. And the flay hook or flay auto hook just means that they're gonna dodge first, so then they're gonna want to try and get autos off instead of dodging the next hook.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I think this coaching helps a lot because obviously coming from like a coaching background, I was always had a huge macro focus on the game, and that doesn't really do me anything in solo queue. So
Yeah, now in solo
it's
queue you kind of have to look at it as like, okay, how can
it's good to
I
learn the finer points. Yeah.
yeah, how can I help this moron not fuck it up? And then, okay, how can I help this mid lane moron not fuck it up? And that's the reason why I had to use support to get. I think it was like season 1 or season 2. I was low elo back then. That was like MMR, so it was like 1,000, and I used support to climb up to like 1,500, and then from there got up to 2,000 with ADC. But I had to use support to understand that the game isn't about me doing well. The game is about helping my team not to lose.
Yeah, I've never had that mentality. I always thought that. I think I actually had this conversation with you when I was coaching that playing not to lose is a really bad thing.
Yeah, and
And
I agree, but
team environment's a lot different than solo queue though.
yeah, exactly. And when you're playing with a team, I think you have to focus on you playing well with your team. But when you're playing solo queue, I think it's better to think of the game more as I refuse to let you play poorly rather than yourself. Because you can control how you feel, but you can't control your teammates from tilting or from wanting to quit. You know what I mean? So it's easier to help them than it is to control yourself because you already know how to
Hold
control
your
yourself.
thought. I have a Jin and there's a Tark Lucian. What should I play?
What's up?
Jin on my team, Tark Lucian on the other team. What should I play?
I mean, if you want to play the brand, that's really strong. Otherwise, I think.
Brand it is.
All right, there you go. Brand's really good. Otherwise, yeah, thresh is good.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I'd like to do this again if it's something you're interested in sometime like in a week or two.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. You can always hit me up. You got my Discord now, so it's a lot easier to contact me on Discord than League.
I'm gonna start streaming soon too because I got fucked at work. So I'm doing a culinary internship. I think I told you about that.
Okay.
And it's at the Wynn, so it's a huge property. There's like 16 restaurants, and there's a restaurant that closed at the Wynn. So those cooks are coming into my schedule, and they all have more seniority than me because I'm brand new there.
Mm-hmm.
And what I am is called a steady extra, so I just get sent to all the restaurants. Since I'm interning, I can learn more.
Yeah.
But these people came in, so now there's literally like I just have a fucking open schedule because they're getting all the hours and I don't have anything.
That sucks.
Yeah, it would suck to punish them though for their restaurant closing. Like it's not their fault, but it does fuck me. Rightfully so. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a shitty situation, but
Yeah. That's yeah. It's pretty shitty. Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's all I really gotta say.
all right, man. Thanks for the help. I'll try to ask you questions and shit, and I'm trying to like change my, because I know that I have a really bad mindset. It's just hard to fucking break out of it sometimes because like I just see the dumbest things, and it's hard to just like focus on like, all right, what can I do to make the team better, blah blah blah. And sometimes I lose sight of that. Like a good example is in Ezreal was like I was just kind of just like walking around in circles when I should have been shoving lane just because I was probably just thinking about something dumb happening.
Yeah.
So I think that'll help too.
Yeah. It's definitely a big difference in the mindset between being happy or upset. You know, your play changes vastly, and that's for everyone.
Yeah, I don't even think it's a matter of upset or happy. I just think it's a matter of focus. Like I just lose focus really easily because I don't really get tilted in the fact that I get like angry unless that I'm on like a big winning streak and or sorry losing streak and the shit just like keeps on happening. Then I'll stop playing just because I'm pissed off. But
Mm-hmm.
like in games like that, I was never really mad. It was just like I just lose focus of the game because I was thinking about a dumb play and after like there's nothing I can do about it 2 minutes in the future, you know.
Yeah, and that's a good example for life, not even league. Is if you can't control it, then why would you ever choose to be upset about it?
Yeah, or just put any thought into it.
Yeah, if you can't control it, then just accept it and say fuck it. What can I do next?
Yeah. All right, I'll let you go, man. I'm in game. Thanks for the session.
Yeah, good luck on the Summer Rift, man.
All right, thank you.
Bye.